Good afternoon. I pray that your Friday was filled with spaces and places of joy, of peace, of happiness. I pray that you found an opportunity to laugh out loud, to dance, to sing, or to just do something whimsical. Notice I did something whimsical. I went and got a piece, and we will see how this will work. Today I posted something that says healing doesn't have to look magical or pretty. Real healing is hard, exhausting, and draining. Let yourself go through it. Don't try to don't try to paint it as anything other than what it is. Be there for yourself with no judgment. That's what happens when I try to read without my glasses. But the point of this is, and this is going to be really brief, is your healing does not have to look like anyone else's. And the reality is, in most instances, we don't see how anyone else heals. What we get to see is the aftermath. We get to see the glow up. We get to see the new snatched body. We get to see it all refined and well put together. What we don't get to see are those nights where the tears are just streaming down our faces. What we don't get to see are those sunken in eyelids. What we don't get to see is just how jacked up one could look if you haven't showered in a couple of days. So healing can be very personal, but recognize that healing is a process. And the process of healing, even though we know that it's going to take us to something infinitely much better than what we've ever experienced before, sometimes that process can be rough. Sometimes that process can be rocky because in order to heal, you've got to allow yourself to feel whatever feeling it came up when you were hurt, to feel whatever came up when you were angry, when you were mistreated, when you were misused, when you were lied to. And typically, we're not trying to heal from something that feels good. We're typically trying to heal from something that no longer serves us. We're trying to heal from something that's preventing us from being all that we have been purposed to be. And so, in most instances, the healing process, at least initially, does not feel good. The second reason why it may not feel good is because when we heal, we're also making a decision to make some new decisions, to try some new things, to stop doing things the way we used to. 12-step program says when you continue to do something the exact same way and expecting different results, that's stupidity. That's not necessarily moving forward. It's kind of spinning in a wheel. But since most of us hate change, since most of us hate transitions, as we are healing and the changes that may need to happen, changes within ourselves, changes with people who we associate with, changes of jobs, changes of churches, changes of neighborhood, whatever those changes may be, for most of us, change comes with its own challenges. The getting used to or walking into the unknown, knowing that we don't know exactly what the unknown will look like, but believing in every ounce of our being that it's going to be better than that which we are healing from. And so I just want to encourage you and to remind you to push your clock forward, spring forward. I still don't understand why we're still doing this thing with the clock since we're no longer really an agricultural nation, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I want to encourage you in your healing process. I also, and this is a part of my healing process, I guess, because I have bought wigs in the past. I've only actually worn a wig when one job I had didn't have heat, so I wore it as a hat because I tend not to necessarily resonate with how I look in a wig. But that's because I've gotten so used to wearing my hair in two major hairstyles. One, I had locks for years and years and years down to my waist, and the rest has been a very short haircut. So I'm trying something new, um, and giving myself permission to not just focus on whether or not it resonates with me, even though I kind of like this, but to pay attention to what the universe, pay attention to what God is speaking to me, paying attention that this is a time of transition, this is a time of change, this is a time to embrace something new. So I invite you to be like me, embrace something new, and enjoy your weekend. Love you all. Bye bye.